Namaste. Hello everyone. Welcome to Shal Gulhati, Shiva and Mysticism for another episode of Monday with Mahadev. Today I'm going to talk to you about a phrase which is very commonly used, and that phrase is ignorance is bliss. You must have heard this somewhere. Ignorance is bliss. And this phrase tries to tell us that not knowing too much of a thing, or not overthinking about something, or not being a half baked person is bliss. But I have seen this phrase being misused so much that I decided to tell you ignorance is not bliss. You see, the word ignorance means someone who does not know a particular thing. And by not knowing it, he is happy in his world. While this could be true in many cases, like you're running a home, you have a little child, he's ignorant about your business, how you earn the money with which you buy him food and clothes and toys, but he's ignorant about how you make your money. So he is in bliss, the little child is in bliss because he doesn't know where the money comes from, he doesn't know where the clothes come from, he doesn't know where the toys come from, he just wants them and his father or mother gets them for him. So he's in bliss. But such kind of ignorance cannot last forever. It cannot be bliss forever because the child has to grow up and one day he has to earn for himself and buy the toys that he wants himself and the clothes that he wants himself and make a life for himself. Therefore, ignorance is bliss is a partially correct sentence. It cannot be true forever, at least not for human beings who are endowed with great intelligence, the intelligence to reason, to logic, to invent, to discover, and of course, the ultimate is the intelligence to find our connect with consciousness. So, a cow who is happy in chewing cud or eating the grass, one could maybe say, she is ignorant and she is in bliss because that grass which she is getting is very nice. It could be. But for a human being, that is not the case. There has to come a time in our life when we are no longer ignorant about what we were ignorant yesterday. And sometimes we choose to be ignorant. We don't want to dwell into things too deeply. That's okay again for some time. But eventually, we find out that always remaining in ignorance is not bliss. Either completely ignorant, well, one could be in bliss maybe, or completely in illumination. Not half ignorant and half knowing, but fully knowing. That is the bliss which is designed for human beings. This is what Lord Krishna tells us in the Bhagavad Gita. To be illuminated, to know your consciousness, to know your divinity, to know your Atma, to know your link with Paramatma, this is the real bliss. So, ignorance is not bliss, but illumination is bliss. Knowing yourself, knowing your connect with consciousness, with Mahadev, with Krishna, this is bliss. And this also explains the name of Shiva which I love the most, which is Bholenath. Often I am asked, Shivji has so many names, which one do you like? Oh, all the Shiva lovers love all his names, but if we are asked pointedly, I usually say Bholenath, because it is such a dreamy word for me, Bholenath. But Bholenath to me means the innocent God, not the ignorant God. He's Bhola. He's not simple in the sense of being ignorant. He's simple in the sense of being simple. There are people who are in pockets of power, in chairs of power or some money, and they are very arrogant. They are ignorant of humanity, of divinity, and they can become very unreasonable or cruel because of their power or their money. So we can have an ignorant man who's cruel, but he is in bliss. But we can also have a God who's fully conscious of his godness, but he's simple about it. He's bhola. He's not ignorant about it. He's fully illuminated, and yet he's simple. And that is bliss. So I always like to think of Bholenath as the one who is Mahadev, the great God, God of gods. And yet he feels so simple about it. What is the big deal? Even if you are Mahadev, be simple. And that is bliss. But that bliss cannot come from ignorance of what Shiva is. It can come only from illumination of what Shiva really is. Because when Shiva himself realizes that he is the creator of everything that has ever been or will ever be, and that he's God, Supreme, Mahadev, he's fully illuminated. He's in Sat Chit Ananda. But still, he is Bhola, the innocent. So that is the kind of bliss that he has. So I would say not ignorance, but innocence is bliss. Keep it simple. I hope you like this little talk. Join me again here next Monday, and I will be back with yet another Shiva wisdom for you. Om Namah Shivaya.